Too often, the stories of promising young inner-city athletes end with their promise falling victim to temptations that are found on the street. But this morning, NBC sports reporter Bill McAtee has the story of a New York man who's helped hundreds of those youngsters keep their promise.
When we met him last April, he was just one more talented kid from the streets. His name was Rudy King, and on the playgrounds of Harlem, he was a star. But he had little schooling. He was surrounded by too many temptations, and like hundreds of young men who have become famous on the New York playgrounds, Rudy seemed destined for street fame and little else. As did Mitch Green, a soft-spoken young player from the projects of Brooklyn. Or Bobby Pugh, lightning fast with raw potential. But the streets often destroy talent like this.
Let's keep it fundamentally sound.
At a small youth center on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, one man is giving these players a final chance. Since 1966, Jim Robinson, a social worker with degrees from Columbia and Hunter universities, has run a program called Operation Athlete, which takes the inner-city teenagers who play basketball and tries to get them into college on scholarship.
We have found one way of using sports as a tool for giving kids hope. They didn't get along at home, so maybe they are in group homes. They didn't get along in the school system, so maybe they're not in school. So we tried to reintroduce hope, reintroduce discipline, and the reward at the end is a new sense of self-esteem.
Yet in squalor-laden projects where life is often a dead end, Robinson faces insurmountable odds. Inner-city kids learn early about lack of opportunity and the harsh realities of poverty. No matter how great he may be on the playground, a kid here can quickly become another faceless ghetto figure.
Some don't grow up. They stay the same age forever. They're like Peter Pan. They act like childs forever, you know. They don't realize that it's not about hanging on the corner. Like, you see the same people you see behind me on the corner? They were here when I first moved over here. And about 10 years from now, they'll probably still be over there.
I remember we used to go to school sometime like 7:30, 8:30 in the morning and go to the store and get some old English, get drunk every morning. And then, you know, you go to school and act a fool and get in trouble. But that was the thing, you know, that it was fun.
To avoid the hardened life that had ruined many of his friends, Rudy King turned to basketball. But the game for him was not merely recreation. It represented the promise of something better.
I know I'm gonna do good. I want this. I've wanted this more than anything in the world. It's like a dream come true to me.
Because 3 years ago, I think you were probably one of the best things I had seen in the city. Then you went into your disco bit, rolling around on your neck and on your head, carrying a big box.
Those who join Jim Robinson's program know up front it won't be easy. He is trying, in the year or so a kid is with him, to undo a lifetime of inner-city experiences. The program is part of the Henry Street Settlement, which has been in operation since the 1890s. In the last 20 years, Robinson's program has found scholarships for more than 400 kids, kids who on their own would never have made it to college. And this past year, he did it again. Last fall, for the first time in their lives, Rudy King and Bobby Pugh left the slums of the city to attend Bowie State University, a small school in a rural area of Maryland. Mitch Green was accepted for this coming spring semester at Delaware State. Though they might never become college basketball stars, they at least got a chance to slip away, if only temporarily, from the troubled life of the past.
In American college sports, there's not going to be any room for undisciplined people.
Meanwhile, on the Lower East Side, Jim Robinson's work continues with a new group of kids. There is a fierce kind of intensity about Jim Robinson. For him, the mission is that important. He remembers all too well the talented kids he's met who have slipped away and disappeared.
I still haven't learned how to lose, that you can't save them all. But you go on and try to work with the young ones that are coming up to make this world, you know, a better place. And to give our kids a chance to get a piece of the action. But personally, I don't like losing. I can lose a basketball game, but I don't like losing a life.
But if you live in the city, you definitely learn to appreciate sports in a completely different way.